Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Let's do a twin flame check-in. It's funny, I don't have a schedule for these readings. I kind of look back at my channel, see what I just did, and feel into the energies. Sometimes readings come out of nowhere, and I've gotten a little off schedule, so I might do a double reading today. I'm just feeling called to do a Divine Feminine, another check-in. But let's do a twin flame check-in first. Let's see where the soulmate cycle is taking us, and then we'll see where it spits us out. Okay, so usually I have the masculine energies on the left, the feminine energies on the right, and the union space below. So let's begin. Okay, Spirit. Oh, there we go. Didn't even have to ask the question. Okay, lots of reversals for the masculines. How do I want to put this? All right, bear with me because I'm doing this live in action and it takes me a little bit longer to set everything up. Okay, that's masculine. Anything for feminine? We got a bunch for feminine. Healing, psychic. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. No way am I going to be able to fit all these, so maybe I'll just put them where I can. Interesting psychic abilities. We've been seeing this for the feminine energies for months now. And the union space. Anything for union? Where did that go? Beautiful. Okay. Okay. It is interesting doing this live because normally I would pull the whole spread, but I caught myself being in the same pattern of kind of pulling cards for each. But you know what I might do? I might just pull cards for one energy at a time going forward. Forgive me, I'm just talking out loud and reminding myself to do that. Okay, so for masculine energies, we have all reversals. We have justice, trust, and career. So we've been dialing into the masculine energy over the last, however many months I've been here. And they have been struggling, or I don't want to always use the word struggling because I don't want to paint the masculine as this helpless kind of swirling in their own chaos kind of energy. But there's also a truth to what they're going through. They've been evaluating what firm foundation means to them. They've been reevaluating values, structures, what works, what doesn't work, what is time to purge, what is time to invest more of my energy into. So masculine energy is dealing with a bit of, how can I say it? It's like a combination between a crisis of spirit, a dark night of the soul, and also honoring their heart's deepest truth. So this justice card in reverse, I'm really feeling into moments in their life where they had to make choices out of obligation. And some of those choices have not been in the deepest alignment with their heart's truth and desires. So there's something about bringing balance back to heart, mind, body, spirit. There's something here that they're learning how to trust in their deepest desires. For some specific masculines here, again, they're completely leaving careers. They're completely evaluating their soul work. Many people in these healing modalities, everyone's kind of done their healing work secretly on the side. This is not just a masculine energy. This is like for all of us. And that's for me as well. For years, I was in clinical nutrition and I did all of this healing work and spiritual guiding and all the coaching and all these things on the side. And slowly but surely, this work started to take up more. There was a critical mass of this work opposed to my other work. And so I'm feeling that for masculines right now, of really being at this crossroads of, okay, can I trust myself in this moment? And can I invest my sacred life force in a direction that's in alignment? Part of bringing justice to situations is also reclaiming where they said yes when they wanted to say no. Let's honor masculines. It's funny, I always toggle between talking about the masculine and talking to the masculine. So it's interesting when I catch myself how different messages feel very directed and pointed at the masculine, and other is just like, oh, we're taking a temperature to see what this story is, right? And again, I always remind you and invite you back to your own sovereignty. You don't have to take any of this information or these narratives to heart, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But more importantly, or most importantly, where is your own sovereignty? Do not give your power away to any sort of oracle or tarot reading. Feel into, allow these narratives, or you could even call them myths, right? If that feels more like looser to your nervous system, more at ease to your nervous system, you can call these mythologies and just learn from the anecdotes that you hear in as we journey together. Okay, yeah, so again, masculine energy is also assessing where is their sovereignty. In order to build a firm foundation, they have to be pretty strong in their internal the masculine energy has to be internally sovereign in order to be externally sovereign, right? The changes happen within before they can show up without. Okay, so before I go into all the other energies, let's just stick with the masculine energy. What else does masculine energy need to know for the highest and best good of self and the planet? Okay, we have, what eternal knowing can I access in human form? This is interesting. This is, again, we've been tracking the narrative with the masculine's relationship with their internal feminine, right? We've been watching this for so long and just being present and being supportive and holding love and holding the space, while also honoring that sometimes what is happening within another external energy is not our work. Sometimes the greatest thing you can do to help someone else's journey is to remove yourself. Okay, we have this, I believe in this deck, that's the moon card. It's very yin yang. It's very, the moon, symbolizes a lot of mystery, right? Comes out at night. There's something about that, but there's also, again, the moon illuminates the darkness. So there's something maybe that the masculines are finally having, they're resourced enough to actually access what has been pushed into the shadows. Anything else for masculines? And then we have, would more tenderness help nest, our nest little card. I love these cards. I think they're so fun. Okay, it's interesting too, because I wasn't going to do individual shadow readings. I will move this going forward, but what happens on the bottom of the deck, for some of you who haven't heard me say this a million times, the card on the bottom of the deck, I take as what is in the unconscious, what has been pushed into the shadows. And so I find it, before I even looked at this, when I dialed into this question of what eternal knowing can I access in human form, in order to access that eternal knowing, I received the message that the masculine energy has to lean on their internal feminine. We keep getting this message, right? We keep witnessing where the masculine is at in flexing these feminine muscles. Is it safe enough for them to access their internal feminine? Can they trust it? Can they rely on this information? Masculine energy is so used to a very cerebral mental experience, right? Very tangible 3D world, penetrating purpose, mission, family, everything. There's very linear, acute energy, where feminine energy is very cyclical and everything is connected. And, you know, I'm doing this motion of a spiral, but you can't see me. Anyway, going back to this, what's in the unconscious is the intuition. So it says, how can I deepen trust that my intuition knows the way? So masculine energy is in the inquiry of, is this safe? Am I safe with my internal feminine? Is there room here? You know, so often the internal feminine of a external masculine, sorry, did you get that? I know it gets confusing, but so often our societies and different cultures have not made it safe space for masculine, predominantly masculine energies to sink into their inner feminine. You know, it's really hard. I really still, after all these years of doing this feminine and masculine work, I still struggle to use these labels, right? Because it's so easy to, as we're hearing these things or listening to anyone talk about this stuff, it's very easy for the association between men and masculine and feminine and women to pervade our consciousness. But we have to do our due diligence, right? We didn't come this far to only come this far. So we have to really remember, as we hear if you're a feminine, predominantly feminine energy listening to this, remember to also listen to the masculine narrative for your own internal masculine. And if for some reason the external masculine in your life fits this narrative, then that's what's in alignment for you. No one can tell you what's what. So I just wanted to kind of like underline that and bring that back into our lens so that we remember that this work is an internal and external job. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some more for the masculine. What else do masculines? If I could get my cards out, that would be good. Yeah, we have cards flying out. You know, I was about to ask what would help support the masculine energy in feeling safe to trust. Okay, we have truth, we have celestial alignment, we have creativity, we have seasons. Anything else for masculine? Anything else for masculine intuition? Naked. Okay, let me just feel this for a moment. I'm getting the strong, and then we have surrender in the unconscious. I'm getting the strong message here that in order for masculines to stand strong in their naked truth, meaning in their fully stripped down, raw authenticity, they have to lean on the divine. There's something that they don't have and they're not going to get from their internal selves. Masculine energy must seek higher. And it's interesting because this is how sometimes these situations work in the soulmate cycles. It's not that they can't. It's that it was designed that way so that they have to reach higher. It's an interesting perspective. Take it with a grain of salt. But isn't it fascinating how the mind, you know, the way we come into relationship with this work starts to change when we start realizing these situations were gifted for us, right? These things aren't happening to us. They're happening for us. I'm sure you've heard that a million times in a million different ways. Another message I just heard recently, and it really blew my mind for a couple days. I'm going to share it with you now. I wish I could remember where I heard it from, but I heard this idea that the universe is a neutral prop. You know how like on a stage, when you have plays, you have different props, right? Maybe someone's holding a fake cat or a fake baby or something like that, or an umbrella or something. The universe itself is a neutral prop. It is us, the avatars, the characters in this grand play that assign meaning onto this neutrality, right? We're the ones that label things as good and bad. And those labels are often rooted in our perceptions. And perceptions, as you've heard me talk about many, many times, perceptions are unreliable. don't worry, I'm tracking that I just said procession. I'm kind of footnoting it for later in case something else comes up. I think there's a message in that, but I want to finish this message. Perceptions are often unreliable because perceptions are built on our human narratives that we've developed, our pain cycles, our family of origin, any sort of trauma we've experienced, any sort of, the good, the bad, the ugly informs all of these narratives. And then that forms our perception. So often perceptions are a bit unreliable. I felt for some reason, I've said that a million times, but as it was coming out of my mouth now, I felt that needed a little bit more babysitting. I'm going to let it go and see if it returns. But I don't want to, let me put the disclaimer on it. I think it's important that you keep your wits about you, right? I had a friend once say, it's always important to keep one pinky toe on the ground. Right? When you're on this path of enlightenment and illumination and awakening and twin flame and all these wonderful things that have flown into your experience, it's really easy to get carried away. It's really easy to give away our power to these narratives or false idols, false gods, when really the God that you should care most about is the God, the indwelling God, right? The God within. I'm going to leave that there. Okay. Should I do more on the masculines? No, let's move on because I've already talked your ears off. Okay. Where are we going? Feminines. Okay. Let's see what we have. We have home, healing, psychic abilities, third eye activation. Isn't it interesting? Protection and prosperity are in the reverse. Okay, immediately I got the message. So often the feminine outsources abundance, prosperity, and protection to an external masculine. Sacred, beautiful, divine feminines, where in your life have you done this? And would it serve you to reclaim something in this moment? Would it serve you to reclaim that prosperity for self, that protection for self? Where are you still outsourcing this illusion of protection, right? Another narrative, another story rooted in this thing of that we call protection is a fear of change, right? When we want to be protected, what we're really kind of saying or desiring is we want to be able to control our environment, right? Lack of control, fear of control comes up so often on this twin flame path, especially in the beginning when things are like insane and total chaos. Sorry, I'm not laughing at the pain and chaos, but it's just so comical if you've been on this path for years and years. It's so wild, the ebb and flow of these the massive spectrum of experience on this journey. But yes, in the beginning, it's like the magnets come together and then they repel. It's all of this really intense, energetic combustion is the word that wants to come out of my mouth. So it's very easy in the beginning to attach to this person, place, or thing, create narratives about who you are, what you want, and what makes you feel safe, rooted in this individual. When really the path of sovereignty is for you to pull your energy back from this person, place, or thing so that you can create that safety, that control, that protection for self, while also honoring that human chaos is divine order, right? We can't control. The only thing that we can rely on in this life is change, right? Things are changing in every moment. Every breath, there's a new change, right? And I'm not even going to get into like the butterfly effect of maybe if I choose to breathe or hold my breath versus breathing, it will change something on the other side of the planet. Like we're not even going to go there because that's an infinite rabbit hole that we don't have time to go into right now. But again, feminine energy, feminines, call your spirit back from places it doesn't belong. Call your spirit back home. Call your spirit back to your inner wisdom, to the inner elder, to the inner magician, to the inner healer. You have everything you need within you. You've heard me say this over and over and over again, but you know what? It keeps coming up because it's true. It's really true that you no longer have to outsource your healing to a person, place, or thing, to a beloved, to a healer, to a guru, to a mentor. Yes, read the books, take the classes, do the workshops and retreats, do whatever you want. However, at the end of the day, when your head hits the pillow, you are alone with you. And it is your wisdom that, I just got full body chills. Sorry, they interrupted me to use a different analogy. You are the artist. All of these wisdom traditions are your paints. You decide how to mix them together and what you want to create with them and what you want to paint or mold or, whatever. You are the one. You are the grand director of this sacred play. Remember, the universe is a neutral prop. We are the ones that assign meaning. So wouldn't it behoove us to assign positive meaning to everything that is neutral in existence? Wouldn't it behoove us to look through a rose-colored lens and believe it, truly believe it and call this beauty into existence? Allow the stoking of these soul embers to ignite within the heart and allow that interpretation to run your life. That sounds like a really beautiful life to me. I don't know about you, but it sounds pretty incredible. Okay, feminines, great message here. Again, you are in the driver's seat. Okay, where do we want to go? Let's see what else. Anything else for divine feminines? What else do divine feminines need to know? I just saw that. You saw it too. Where is it? We have, what is mine to share? Sweeten. What I'm getting off of this card is so often feminine energy depletes itself to take care of others. Okay, I'll do these after. Hold on. Let me finish this message. I'm getting all... This is the hard part about reading live because it's like the messages come hard and fast and there's less time to kind of... But you know what? We have all the time in the world. We're going to take our time with this. What is mine to share? This is a call to discern boundaries. This is a call to discern where you are allocating your energetic resources. Feminines, are you giving too much to something? Are you giving too much to a person, place, or thing? Are you giving more than you have to give? What is left over for yourself, your creativity, and your relationships? We have to almost budget our energy, our time, our resources, so that we are not left at a deficit at the end of the day. So again, what is mine to share? Basically, what is in the overflow? What is in the, giving fund? I'm trying to think of what are those club accounts called ever? When you have like your main checking account and then you have your savings and then you have like that fun account that maybe it takes $20 out of your account every week or every 2 weeks. And that's like for your vacation. Essentially, you want to give to people from the vacation account. You don't want to go into your daily stores to, give to people. It will bleed you dry and it will create a rocky foundation for yourself, feminines. We have dive, what is ready for action, but it came in the reverse. And also, am I fully claiming my authority and defending? Okay. This feels kind of all like the same message. This is again about boundaries around what you have to give and what you have to say and what you want to create in this world. Are you stepping into that authority of self? Let's take it back 20 notches and just honor that we're not talking about having authority over other people, places, and things. Our sovereignty is over self. When we can, trust me, that job alone will keep you busy for an entire lifetime. Are you fully claiming authority over self? Are you in control of your time, of your nutrition, of your hydration, of your movement and some form of exercise that you love? Are you in control of these things? If not, that's where your work lies. Okay. I'm going to leave that there. Let's go to the union energies. Okay, we have good luck and peace. I think we're getting to this critical mass of self where the feminine and let's just talk about internal feminine, internal masculine, and the relationship between that internal dynamic. I say it 100 times because I know it gets crazy confusing. But I think we're reaching a critical mass of comfort with the communication between our inner feminine and inner masculine. I'm so drawn to that peace card, that we're able to have empathy for our internal parts that that may have even caused a lot of chaos for us. We are able to forgive parts that have not maybe acted in our best interest. We can honor where those parts were and where they were acting from. We have expectation in the union energies. You know, so often our expectations trip us up, right? Especially if we're not communicating things. I've talked about this in another reading where the words expectation and boundaries have always been a little blurry for me, because when you have an expectation that is unspoken, that creates a lot of fragmentation. That creates a lot of blockages between you, either your internal parts or you and an external person. However, when we share with someone our expectation, what we're really doing is we are communicating a need. I expect you to treat me this way when we're working on this project, or whatever it is. That was just a made-up scenario. But when we give someone an opportunity to understand what are the boundaries in which they can relate to us, we are gifting them with a way to continue the connection, to continue the relationship. If our boundaries and expectations are not in alignment with them, they are sovereign and can choose not to uphold them, or not to no longer journey with us or work with us or whatever it is. However, when we have an expectation in the shadows, meaning it is unspoken and nobody knows about it, how can anyone possibly meet that expectation if it is not communicated? So there's something here about giving our internal parts a chance, internal or external. We also have fortitude, but it's in the reverse again. So I just want to honor how difficult this path is, and some of you may be exhausted. If that's the case, do not push forward. Do not watch more tarot readings or oracle readings. Do not read another book. Do not, take in more knowledge, because at some point the poor brain body is so saturated they cannot absorb any more. So if that's true for you, if this is like blowing your mind and it's just way too much, pause, stop, go for a walk, do something fun, listen to your favorite music, dance around, go eat your favorite food, or make a beautiful, delicious dinner. Okay, anything, let me switch decks, hold on. Anything else for union energies? I kind of love the chaos of a live reading. I mean, we don't know where we're going to go. It's kind of fun. Okay. We have divine lineage and we have awakening. Anything else, Spirit? I don't know if you can see it on camera because my thing is blocking it, but this wonderful awakening card, this woman is pregnant and it looks like she's about to give birth. I don't know if you've read those stories about how dolphins can help mothers give birth pain-free because of their sonar radar energy. There's something here about honoring where you came from, masculines and feminines. When you lean on your divine lineage, your soul family, you are held. You are held and you can journey through these very difficult tasks in a pain-free way with ease, flow, and grace. In doing so, we reach liberation. Another word for liberation to me is is sovereignty and freedom and liberation. All of these things are in union. Okay, anything else? We have intuition. Collectively, again, when the inner feminine and masculine develop better communication, this is when we're firing on all cylinders. This is when we can access intuition. Interesting. In the unconscious, we have secrets revealed. So again, by not doing this, by not working on this internal communication, it blocks intuition. And when we block intuition, we block this wise discernment. And when we are not able to access our aligned decision making, we are kept in the dark with many important things. So by doing this, you will actually bring the secrets, you will illuminate the dark and have access to this whole other pool of information. Okay, what else? What else should we get? Let's get some twin flame cards, because why not? Now I'm just going to pull for union energies because I don't want this reading to be crazy long. Okay, anything else for union energies? Okay, we have open your heart, set loving boundaries. Interesting. I just spent the whole reading talking about that. Sacred sexuality, accessing the unified field. We get this card all the time. Masculines get it, feminines get it. We all get this card. So there's something here about, really direct message. By practicing your sacred sexuality within yourself and with the divine, it will create healthy patterns of relating so that when you can come into contact with an external person, place, or thing, you will be able to access your grounded truth, your heart's truth, your heart's deepest longings, and you'll be able to identify, communicate, and hold these loving boundaries around what makes you feel safe and what makes you what illuminates your kundalini, what arouses you, essentially. That's the most direct way to put that. Okay, how do we want to end? What should we end on? Let's get a good old Buddha wisdom, because I like to end on these. Oh, that was fast. So we have: the wind cannot shake a mountain, neither praise nor blame moves the wise man. Then we have: master your words, master your thoughts. Never allow your body to speak. Never allow your body and speech to harm others. This is interesting too, because this is the path of neutrality. This is that thing of, we're not going for praise and we're not going for blame. We're neither clinging nor rejecting. And in that place of neutrality, we can assign love. Beautiful ending. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope this was supportive, and I will see you in the next one.